It's okay. Wait, while it's still fresh, I want to share information about yesterday channeling when it was a channeling, as I understood, Enrico and another being, and the information that was given was about emotions, and it was a really interesting topic. It started off from emotions, from aggression, but I will just look back and give the information as best as I remember, and I hope I will find time to do the translation. But it was 3 hours of channeling, so and remembering how the Enrico speaks, it's really fast. So I don't know if I will manage to find 6 hours of time to just do the translation. So emotion, what I understood, aggression is highly developed from what we eat and how our attitude against food is. So I understood that the more people that eat meat tend to be more aggressive. It's what I understood. It's through instincts and it's through genetics. And the less we eat meat, animals and so on, the more we come to relax and to not take the aggression so deeply. And they said something instantly like these hunters, like wolves that hunt, for example, small rabbits, that they also take, when they look on their prey, they tend to get highly aggressive. So, and then they started to get into more detail, and he said that easily you can just look by yourself whether you are getting more and more angry when you don't have a meal to eat, or you are less on meal. For example, you have already 3 hours not been ate everything, so as I said, your cells start to get with this red energy, and they tend to get pushy, and they start to get more and more aggressive. And they said that aggressive is in genetics, inside the genetics, like emotion, aggression is inside our genetics, and you can change that by just changing what you eat. And he said that emotions are like crystal type of a puzzle, where, for example, and it's difficult to explain, but emotions are something like we see mandalas, and with these mandalas, our cell and small energy crystals get into an alignment, creating like a flower of life symbol, for example, creating like so many mandalas, these postures, these layouts, and these layouts, like crystals, like structures, are being created in our energy field. And then these crystals, these structures, layouts, when energy starts flowing through them, they create a certain vibration. They create like a certain vibration. In similarities, he said that it's like when you're driving on a bumpy road, you get a different type of vibration, you get different type of emotion compared to when you're driving on a smooth road. And then a smooth cornery road, a smooth mountain road, or a bumpy mountain road, you get a different type of energy, emotion. And this comes through vibration, and vibration comes from this structural layout. And this is interesting, but I think many times in previous channelings I have already went through this information. So to me it was not something new, but it was something like with more detailed explain. And when I started to ask more detailed questions in which Enrico couldn't reply, another being came. Then they replied for easier for us to understand, use just the word Erik. It's like E-R-I-K. And what I understood, the other being is they choose the words by for it's easier for us to understand and remember this word, and also that the word energy pronounces a vibration energy. When you pronounce this word, then it creates the energy that is most relevant or most closer to that being. and he feels comfortable in energy that somebody calls him like that. And and this Eric started talking that emotion is energy, vibration. It's like energy. When energy is in a flow through this layouts, these structural layouts, like for example in your heart chakra, in your heart chakra you can get like for example flower of life layout, or like a mandala structural layout, and each of these layouts, these crystal like structural layouts, creates a certain vibration, certain emotion, and these layouts, they create a small noise which is not sensible with our physical ears, but this noise is sensible with our sixth sense. You can feel it with your energy body, and these emotions start to vibrate and resonate. And also he said that the organ which we call the brain, he said, do you want to hear what kind of word we use it, how we call it? And he said yes. The person who was next said yes. He said that the brain is a most similar instrument, you can call it, like a piano. And he said, oh, well, how you call it piano? And it's a piano, it meant for that there are millions and billions of energy channels inside the brain, and energy flows through it. And while energy flows through it, the neurons, they divert energy one direction to another direction, another direction, and create a certain vibration flow. This certain vibration flow affects your neurons throughout the body, like the nerve system. And these nerve systems is like your consciousness, like a piano tunes, like, okay, this sector here is responsible for moving my left arm. And the consciousness finds the energy field right here in the brain that this sector moves my left hand, and then he founds the energy founds the tubes, energy founds the layouts, and the brain adjusts these tubes, these layouts, and sends energy through these neurons, and the energy creates a resonance, and this resonance creates a vibration that starts moving your hand like an electrical impulse. And he said that throughout the brain there is this system, and for example, if something gets out of a line with your brain, it creates a noise. And he said the noise is like an abstracted, unharmonious energy vibration that then translates through our soul into brain, into thought forms. And then these thought forms translates and creates this energy impulses in the brains that creates emotion. And the thing is that he said you can understand in simple words that if you don't like this emotion, change the way you think. He said you have heard this many times, but from our perspective we can look at this, they look at this, that it's an abstracted, unharmonious noise that's being produced, and it's being produced by the abstraction of the noise already within you. It was really difficult, and he many times said that it's getting too difficult, and said no, it's okay. In other words, that I have to translate right to you, so it gets even maybe a little bit smudged from my English vocabulary that I have. And then it got to like a relationship with each other, and they said that it's also this unsensible, unheardable energy vibration noise. Emotion, like what I said, the layout, the mandala, the structure creates energy noise. This energy noise is like structured energy that shines through your crystal, for example, through your heart center, and through your brain, and through your emotions, and through your mind. It creates a noise, and this noise balances and vibrates other human energy fields, and creates, through their prisma, creates another noise, and it creates like another harmonious or unharmonious noise. And this unharmonious noise is another energy field, like a noise field that's produced, and it affects then both of these humans, like partners and husband and wife and so on. And he said that if you want to have a harmonious relationship, you have to see through that person, and you have to realize that these are just the noises within you that you have heard somewhere, even by standing next to another unharmonious energy field. Your energy field picks up this noise simply by just feeling it, and then by picking up, meeting other person, this noise that you picked up resonates with the other person's noise and creates a third noise. Like how they say, when you shout in the forest, looking to the forest, it gives a reflected noise back. And this is the same when whatever your noise you're making, the energy field is making, it goes to this other person and shines back another noise, like I don't know how you call it, the word, like a reflective noise or something. And and they said that to avoid this or to have a harmonious relationship, you just have to look inside the other person's heart, or in the soul, or his true self, and then resonate this true self to him back, and he will feel the resonance to and back to his true self, and therefore he and they both will be aligned with their true self, therefore for the peaceful, harmonious noise that they all are, and will start to feel peaceful, harmonious, and forgiving. So it's all about noises, it's all about understanding the noise. And they said also that many people, when they are too much in one noise, for example, everything is bad, and all female or male are bad, for example, in relationship, and they start creating their noise through their neurons, through their structural layouts, and they find harmoniously resonating noises with other people, and they create this, how they say, noises, unharmonious noise, these clubs, I say, for example, only ladies or only males, for example, and they even more amplify this noise and start spreading out these noises everywhere, and they are creating more and more of this unharmonious noise. So it's like a disease also, that if you get like an unpleasant feeling and it's constantly, you get aggression, and then your mind locks this neuron pattern and constantly produces this noise. So it was highly difficult, I believe. And then it got to souls, and then the two people that were there, I'm doing an online streamings. Therefore, so many people are online, and only a couple of them are next to me. And these people who are online, they were like starting to ask about their previous incarnations, and why are they having their problems, and so on and so on. And then it was a really interesting story, which I was interested into myself. Was, for example, one lady was there. She was a warrior, like many years ago. Then she was some 40,000 years ago a human, and what I understood, they said one of the first chassis human, the human that we know ourselves now to be. And her incarnation was totally bad. They live in like a rocky shacks, really bad situations, really, really bad. It was really difficult for them, and she in previous incarnation, she was living in another dimension, and this was her first connection with this planet Earth, and the first experience. She was in a loving, gentle, caring place, like something like a sixth dimension, bright white light. And then when she was born here, it was too rough. It was so rough. She wanted to give birth. She wanted to have her child. She wanted to care. But the situation was totally bad, completely bad. And she, on one side, she wanted to, with this huge love, she wanted to spread out and start caring for somebody. But the situation was that there's nothing to eat. We cannot take care of ourselves, and she wants to give birth to a child, but she knows it is impossible because the situation is so bad, and she is like blocked with her true self that she wants to be with the situations it's so bad. And then on some incarnations later, this emotion that was created there, this energy that was created there, comes to her like a scar, and she's now a warrior, and she realizes that she needs to go against in a war with with sticks and stuff like this. But in this war, the people against, she had to walk for several days, but the people on the opposite side, she felt that she has to fight right now, that a similar energy is being pulled up from the previous lifetime, and she gets in a shock. She stiffs. She cannot breathe. She's suddenly in a shock, and she's like an anxiety, huge anxiety, and she doesn't know what to do. And the emotion starts coming up that she's locked in no position. Like any choice that you take is impossible. There's no possible choice to take. And I didn't understood, but she was killed or something. But then on the one life next, there was like a joyful life. She was with many people, and also in which I met her and so on. Joyful traveling, like a traveling circus or something like this, I call it. But it wasn't a circus. It was like a laughter and joyful and exciting time. And from that lifetime into this life which she's having right now, she decided to take all of her friends and meet with her friends that she remembered in that joyful lifetime. So, and on this lifetime, the emotion still comes from the previous first lifetime when she come here. And this previous first lifetime when she come here, she started to get these anxieties back and back, these stressful, these fears, everything is coming up again, and she doesn't know what to do. She's like shocked, and he said, well, you have to return to your true self, which is being careful and likeful and being like a mother. You have to come back to this energy, because this energy will remove the blockages in your energy flow. And also the blockages in the nerve system creates another vibration that we experience as an anxiety. And this another vibration, then it's like everything is connected. And the pattern which I really loved was that soul is like energy cloud, a three-dimensional energy cloud, and soul can affect the neurons, the neuron systems. And the neurons are specially built to have interaction with the soul's energy. And the soul, she feels like three-dimensionally everything in herself. And she has like in herself, she has like these pixels that can integrate and correspond with these neuron channels inside the brain and inside the nervous system, and she can change them. She can like push finger here, like in nano scale, in super small scale, and she can feel the reflection through the emotions, and she can feel the reflection through energy back to her, where the body resonates back, and therefore she feels that this neuron pattern that we just changed or touched created this energy reflection, this neuron reflection, and then reflect back that while touching these notes, this piano here in the brain, we get a certain this reaction, and therefore it's like a soul's input and reading the output and understanding the output, input, and it's like working with all the time. Therefore there was the answer also that humans can live with only one side of the brain, because the soul will adapt to usage only on the left brain, to use the left brain. It was really interesting for me. I really liked it. And there was another another man who asked about I've heard that this is my last time here on Earth. And they said, well, it's not the last time here on Earth for your soul, as you understand, my last incarnation. You may say it's the last incarnation here on Earth. Your next incarnation will be on the other planet, the yellow, like something like the Enrico's world. And another incarnation will be on something like the Pleiadians world, where humans travel through stars. And you, from that reality, will come back to this earth here, and you will feel a strong resonance with it. You will feel a huge, strong resonance with it, that so many things have been lived out in this lifetime. You will feel the connection with the earth. And he said, do you walk with your naked feet sometimes on the earth? He said, yes. He said that with this feeling, you connect and feel the earth energy within yourselves, and you feel in your heart a spark from this, and you have chosen this connection with the earth through many lifetimes, just because you yourself are heartful and you chosen to have this connection with the heart, with earth through many lifetimes. Also, when you were a samurai, when you were and he said, well, some kind of a fear or blockage is coming out to me, and the being said, yeah, this is you had a great loss in one of your lives. There was no additional information to it, as I understood, like a relationship loss or something, that he has lost something he truly loved, for example, maybe his children, and this great loss devoted him into anger, into I don't know how you say, night, something like you don't trust nobody, you don't care about nobody, you, and so on. And then the next life of that was, he was a samurai when he was a warrior. He didn't care about anybody. He, because of this truly heartful loss, he blocked himself and locked himself up. And this was another interesting information. And the most interesting information was that in these two people that came to Earth, that they were asking these many questions, her first connection with Earth was like a huge blast of difficult, hard feelings and experiences. It was like an instant blast. Earth is so beautiful, I want to go there. When you go there, and it takes you out unprepared completely, and it leaves huge scars that lead out later and later through transformation. And this, what the lady was asking, that her next life, and they said that in your next life you will be something that you call a spiritual person, in the sense that you will have the higher sense, you will have the connection with your true self, and through this you will have many tears, and these many tears will be just the signs of transformation that are your previous incarnation scars, energies that you have taken, these difficult, hard energies that you have taken, are starting to cleanse out, are starting to pure out, are starting turning into light, and it comes out as tears. And this was another really interesting information that I was like, wow, this is so great. I've never even thought about this. And Enrico was looking through windows of information, and this channeling was hard for me because I had so active mind, and because I was so paying attention to what's going on. And therefore I think, well, this information is so, again, what's going on? I'm completely shocked. And lately, more and more information starts to come, and I'm like, did I say that? I must be completely out of my mind to say something like this, or some to accept that, yeah, this information is, I always want to take that. Does this somehow resonate with them? And both of them were starting to show up like signs of tears, and I said, yes, it truly resonates. Even the buildings that you were describing, even the information is starting, I feel that in my side. And so it was really interesting, an interesting experience. What else was there? And another thing, we were channeling a couple of times earlier with the No Money Society, and we decided to have the Valley of Peace. And this is how it we call. And we finally found or received the messages and information how we can start building No Money Society. And we are about to, or I think today I will start to create the program for this. And the idea is like it's like a no money exchange. It's like exchange through what can you give to society? How can you contribute to society? You may give land, you may give potatoes, you may give tomatoes, you may give your knowledge, you may give your whatever it is that you can have or give. You just apply that you want to give this away as knowledge. And at the beginning we decided that what what do you want to get back? What do you want to get back from this? And it's like creating an online exchange, online and barter or something like this. And we have the complete visions of how we can change our society to a no money system, therefore no governmental system, therefore no wars, no taxes, no nothing, just a contribution. But this can only be done through people who think the same. And therefore we decided this is a closed online group where only people can be invited to and can share. And we will develop this firstly in Latvian, and then we'll put this also in English in a worldwide spread. So then we can see how and what happens. So this is another interesting thing that my mind is working on really strongly. And the solar, I'm now going to the solar panels. We'll make solar panel production production equipment. And then we shall put out that for creating this society, nominal society village, it has to be independent into electricity also. And we see these are the steps that also things start to come together. So I hope this information showed you some kind of insights, although there was some more information that I do not remember. But I think I don't know when I will have time, but I will try to do translations to it, so you can have the original file translated to English, so you can see that. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your time and enjoy your place. Enjoy your incarnation. Enjoy your energies. Enjoy your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lives. And I don't know. Share a comment maybe, or share your some kind of emotion. Okay. So thank you for watching.